when we look at like motivation and drive, there are a couple of things that we can support people with in order to become the heroes of their own story, in order to see themselves enmeshed and feel intrinsically motivated, wanting to go out of bed every day and really make a contribution and see the organization as the realm in which they want to do this. Now, initially, and that is true through all genders, ethnicities, it's about becoming part of society. We want in our first 20 or 30 years of life to show that we're capable, that we can make it right in terms of what other people want. But then something starts to shift. We realize, okay, we showed everybody else that we can make it work. We are successful, right? In our 30s and 40s, most of us have leveled up to some extent to be proud of what they become and what they have achieved. And then what happens is you start to look back and you measure yourself not in terms of how far you came, but in terms of what is left and what can you make out of that time left. And that happens around midlife and mid-career. So this is where a lot of organizations or people in organizations try to understand, why am I doing what I'm doing? And they start to get disengaged. Like a recent Gallup study said that about 60% of managers are partially or completely disengaged, which is a huge number. And the same is true for employees. But also knowing what the ripple effect is of managers or of leaders in an organization, it's actually much more severe than having somebody who, for example, works on a data farm, I shouldn't say that. Cut it out. So basically, at that point in time, we are all asked to think about, what's our purpose? Why are we doing what we're doing? And that can lead to a crisis, or that can lead to a regained commitment and a feeling of energy and wanting to contribute. But we don't really acknowledge that. We don't really think about that when we think about people, careers, and how they work for organizations. All we think about is that we need to provide a career ladder and allow them to continuously move up the ladder, to get more prestige, to get a better title, to get a higher salary, to get more bonuses, whatever it is. And sure, that might work for some people. But by and large, we all have this point where we ask ourselves, why are we doing what we're doing? And so as an organization, if you want your leaders to be engaged, to be role modeling that drive that you seek from everybody else, you need to support them in maneuvering that turn when life shifts from performing, making it right for others, to think about, why am I doing this? And what's my purpose?